So it'll be less difficult. It'll be easier to deliver our message. It'll be more difficult, though, because the establishment will not underestimate us. It will continue to undermine us, but they will not underestimate us. So the knives will be out.
Just a few days ago, Hillary Clinton was publicly strategizing on television about how they were going to make these Democrat socialists more palatable.
More palatable? These people couldn't sell me this agenda if it came with a money-back guaranteed. What a freaking joke. So apparently their strategy is to figure out how to make Democratic Socialists more acceptable to the average Democratic voter. But seriously, what does that even mean? Are they actually admitting that voters already see these candidates as too extreme? These people are absolutely, and I mean absolutely, out of this world. Here we have these Dems trying to sell radical socialism to Wisconsin voters, only to get smacked with a reality check at the ballot box. And Scott Jennings is more than happy to explain why. Take a look.
When you're so crazy that Bernie Sanders and AOC won't even endorse you, you're pretty far out there. I think these holiday conversations are actually valuable. She hates Thanksgiving. Today, our own K-File here at CNN uncovered the fact that over in Michigan, Abdul El Sayed wants to get rid of the 4th of July. And I think the reason these things are...
I think he said we should get rid of fireworks.
He was very critical of the 4th of July. I think these are windows...
But I'm just saying getting rid of fireworks is different than getting rid of the 4th of July.
I think you're downplaying the message.
Well, we don't have the quote here, so let's not adjudicate.
I think these are windows into the souls of these anti-American radical communists.
Scott, come
if you hate Thanksgiving and you hate the 4th of July, what you're really saying is, I hate some of the pillars that undergird American culture. And how are you going to have a conversation with a voter about affordability or public safety or anything else if you're trying to get rid of Thanksgiving and the 4th of July? I mean, if I were Christmas and Easter, I wouldn't be feeling too comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Scott is absolutely right. I mean, how far off the deep end do you actually have to go before even Bernie and AOC look at you and say, whoa, slow down there, bud. You're making us look crazy. I mean, if these candidates go as far as to attack Thanksgiving and another is taking shots at the 4th of July, what exactly are voters supposed to think, huh? Here's what's really mind-blowing. If these are supposed to be the people solving affordability and public safety, why are they spending so much energy criticizing American traditions? I mean, do these people even love America? But you see, these ideas don't just come out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. As far as I can remember, their whole party has been pushing radical ideas like defunding the police forever.
So we've been talking about defunding the police.
In schools and all the rest, that perhaps we can shuffle some of that money around.
Suck it up. Defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police.
Mayor Eric Garcetti saying, take some of the money from policing, about $150 million.
I applaud Eric Garcetti for doing what he's done.
Not only do we need to disinvest in police, but we need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department.
So yes, defund your butts. Defund you.
Yes, I support the reallocation of resources from NYPD.
We will be moving funding from the NYPD to youth initiatives and social services.
They are talking about reducing the allocation of resources to that department. And I think every single city in this country ought to be thinking about the same thing.
Yes, I support the defund movement. I'm for responsible reallocation of resources.
And defund the police.
I think you do all those other things, you don't need all the money that's going to the police department. So yeah, I mean, the spirit of it, I do support that.
Yeah, and a lot of us were asked if we could imagine a future without police back in 2017 when we were running for office. And I answered yes to that question.
We are going to reduce funding in the police department and redirect that money.
There's no reason the police budget should just keep growing and growing and growing. They can make sensible cuts to policing.
We propose to redirect over $7 million from the police bureau.
That our city, through our city administrative officer, identified $250 million in cuts.
Rashida Tlaib tweeting, no more policing, incarceration, and militarization. It can't be reformed.
When they're saying defund the police, what are they saying? They're saying we want fundamental, basic change when it comes to policing. and they're right.
We are reallocating funds.
The police department here in Minneapolis needs to be dismantled, and we need to start anew.
In some necessary cases, completely dismantling those police forces.
Police departments are taking a sizable amount of the budget of a lot of municipalities and other entities. We need to look at those budgets, pull some of the money back, and invest it in other things.
We are committed to shifting resources.
Our calls to defund the police have been met with resistance.
To stop investing so much money in this militarized police force and instead invest in the things that our community really needs.
Yes, I support a radical reimagining of community safety and public safety.
I do believe that we need to reallocate resources away.
And will this involve cuts? Yes, of course, to every department, including the police department.
And so when we dismantle it, we get rid of that cancer.
When we said defund the police, the world woke up.
I really love that Black Lives Matters and other protesters have put this front and center to defund.
Defunding police means defunding police. If these reports are accurate, then these proposed cuts to the NYPD budget are a disingenuous illusion. This is not a victory. The freshman Democrat adding, the fight to defund policing will continue.
What a freaking joke. The only police that should ever be defunded is the police force defending any of these hypocrites. Look, how far gone do you have to be to actually think defunding the police is a good idea? Seriously. Like what? These people want to weaken the very institution people call when they're in danger. And for what? What exactly is the brilliant plan, huh? I mean, you cut police funding, reduce resources, and then somehow expect crime and public safety problems to magically disappear? Are we really supposed to believe that's common sense? It's not, you dimwits. Look, I have to ask, do these people actually love this country? Because as far as I can remember, government is supposed to protect innocent people, not make it harder for them to get help when they need it. You can argue about police reform all day long. That's your right. That's a legitimate debate. But defunding the police, that's a completely different animal. It's crazy. And here's the part that honestly blows my mind. Some of these socialist candidates actually win elections. No, for real. Seriously. How in the world are voters looking at some of these ideas and saying, yup, that's the person I want in office? What the heck are we doing here? These aren't just random people screaming into a camera on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting votes. They're raising money. They're building political movements. And that's what makes this so damn concerning. Because apparently there are voters who hear these radical ideas and think they're perfectly reasonable. Look, you don't have to agree with me, but at least look at what these candidates actually believe before you hand them your political power. Don't just listen to the campaign slogans and pretty speeches. Look at the damn policies. Look at the record. Look at what they're actually promising. It doesn't work. Not now, not never. It's mind-blowing. Look, as a country, we seriously, and I mean seriously, need to wake the heck up, because this should scare the crap out of people. This woman came within roughly 1 percentage point of winning. Think about that for a second. 1 freaking percentage point. She wasn't some nobody sitting in her basement with a campaign sign. She had momentum. She had money. She had media attention. She had people actively pushing her campaign, and she still came incredibly close. Now imagine she actually would have won. Seriously, what would that have looked like? What policies would she have tried to implement? How much further would the party have moved in that wrong direction? And here's the scariest part. What happens when the next candidate is smarter, more polished, and better at hiding the most radical parts of their agenda? That's why people need to pay attention. Because you don't have to like these candidates. You don't even have to be political. But you damn well better understand what you're voting for. Because once you give someone political power, you don't get to act surprised when they actually use it. It's freaking mind-blowing. But that's just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think about these socialists in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.